Hey everyone, UsefulNG11 here, back again for another type of video. However, this is technically a collection video, but it's not done in the traditional type of way I've made collection videos in the past. So let me explain. This is a video inspired by two people in the Thomas fandom, Ryan Rocketz and LNERFlyingScotsman. In July of last year, Roberto basically did a collection video showing off his new in-box wooden railway items, mainly engines and rolling stock, and he said he'd make a part 2 showing off the destinations he has. But sadly, part 2 has not come out at the time of writing the script, or recording. Oh well, maybe it'll come sometime this year. However, a month later in August, Ryan Rocketz made a new in-box collection video, but this one was a little different, as he basically showed off everything to anything, from Tomy Play Rail to Take and Play to my home brand Wooden Railway. And a few other brands in there, obviously. And it was this video that definitely gave me the spark to do it. Of course, Roberto also had a hand in inspiring me as well. So, that is the video you are going to be watching today. Although before I start, I want to say that not everything is new in box. There are some items in this video that are used in box. What that means is that they were new in box at one point, but have been taken out for one reason or another. Alright, now that that explanation dump is out of the way, let's actually get into the video, starting from smallest to largest, and using this turntable that I bought specifically for this video. Truth be told, I actually wanted a black one, but some details got mixed up in the ordering process. Oh well, that's not important. So anyway, let's go. First we have this Pease Thomas candy dispenser, and yet it's still sealed. Apparently they were still being made in 2009-2010, because that was when they made Edward and lasted up to 2020, with the last edition being Toby. This was given to me by my cousin's mom, but it wasn't given to me around the time I got those Tomy items from her. This was a little bit before. I think it was like back during the summer. I couldn't for the life of me find an expiration date or not to see if the candy's still good, but if I wanted to, I could sell this for a quick buck. But it is a nice quaint addition to the collection, and I'm happy to have it nonetheless. Next up is the Diamond Anniversary Thomas from the Trackmaster Pushlong range. Now, Trackmaster Pushlong is definitely not my favorite range, as I've basically either destroyed or sold off any Trackmaster Pushlong items I had, and it's safe to say those reviews I made on them back in the day are completely dead. But I have to admit, this is a pretty cool one. I love the way the color scheme looks, and who could forget that 75th anniversary gold plate. I got this from Tyler, aka Thomas Critical, when I met him and a few others at Entertainment Junction in 2023. May you rest in peace, E.T. Anyway, I'll be honest, I love collecting merchandise for the anniversaries, which is why I'm actually kind of wanting to get my hands on some of the new merchandise that's coming out for the 80th anniversary this year. By the way, I find it hard to believe that this thing is actually going to be turning 5 years old in a couple of months. Definitely love this one. Here we have a Take and Play new in box Millie from the era of 2013, basically when King of the Railway came out. I already had a Take and Play Millie in my collection once, but I think I sold it off to Jake or something. It wouldn't have been too much of a problem had I not made the decision after the fact to collect all the Take and Play narrow gauge engines, which meant I was going to have to buy a new Take and Play Millie. However, fast forward to October of last year, and lo and behold, when I was helping my cousin's mother cleaning out her, house, we had stumbled upon this, along with many other pieces of Thomas merchandise. I've already talked about this in another video, so I'll link this one so you can, hear the full story of how I got this stuff. But the bottom line is that I was happy to get my hands on it. As, well, first off, King of the Railway is over 10 years old, and Millie as a character as well. So to see this new in-box item survive a decade in its packaging delights me greatly. Now, I know I wanted to collect all the Take and Play narrow gauge engines, which meant most of them would be out of box, but I'll concede for Millie, as there's so much nostalgia here that I don't want to ruin it by opening this thing. So, Millie will be trapped in her box for quite a while, but hey, I'm lucky to have this thing. Next up is nothing really too special, it's just a 2019 Thomas Wood Thomas, still new in box. I'll be honest, I don't even know why I still have this thing, but then again, it is an interesting reminder of the Thomas Wood era, an era that really shouldn't have existed, but one that still happened anyway. I don't know, maybe I'll sell it one day, but I know it's not going to get rare anytime soon. But for now, it'll just stay in its prison box as is. Next up, we have my wooden railway Ada, Jane, and Mabel that I got from Nathan, aka the TWR critic. Now, technically, you all have seen me use Ada, Jane, and Mabel many times throughout my videos, and they certainly appear in my collection videos every year. This is one of those cases where these items are used in box, and which I have the original box that I can store them in, but they have been taken out. Personally, I've been wanting to get a new Ada, Jane, and Mabel because these ones are a little sun-faded, although if I do get a new Ada, Jane, and Mabel, I'm still going to keep the box. Here we have the 2015 Thomas Engine gift pack that was given to me by Andrew, aka Wooden Fan 1. Okay, technically he didn't give it to me, I bought it off him for 50 bucks, but how I acquired this 2-pack is quite interesting. So Andrew was selling a bunch of stuff on Twitter, as he usually does, and one of the things that stood out to me was this gift pack. Around that same time, I had also asked Andrew if he'd been willing to come pick me up so that we could travel to ET together, considering the fact that the 3rd and 10th of that month, which was August, would be our last times going to Entertainment Junction. So of course, we had to do it 2 more times. I had to work up a bit of money as, well, I was paying for Andrew's gas for both times we went. But I had also told him that I could pay him $50 in person for the Thomas Engine gift pack, and he agreed, so he wouldn't have to pay on shipping or any of that stuff. So when he arrived, I handed him the 50 bucks, and he handed me the engine gift pack when we arrived at Entertainment. Like what I said with the Diamond Thomas, I love getting my hands on anniversary merch. And it's hard to believe that this thing is turning 10 years old in a couple of months as well. A part of me does wish that I had these guys out of box because, you know, I'd actually like to hold them. But I would no way in heck take these guys out of their box. So, I'll just have to find the gift pack either separate or together out of box. But either way, I'm happy to have this, and a huge thanks to Andrew for this gift pack. Here's something I got recently at a flea market. Thomas's Sodor Celebration. However, it comes with the Wooden Railway Gold Thomas. Since I just showed this off in my most recent purchase video, you will know that I got this thing for a mere $10. It was crazy getting my hands on this thing, and once again, it's technically anniversary merch as this is celebrating the 60-year anniversary at the time. Kinda weird that I have 2 gold Thomases now, but I guess this technically means I don't have to buy a new one after all, as I was actually considering replacing my old one. I don't know, I might still do that, but we'll have to wait and see. And here's one of my favorites of the collection, Bachmann Oliver. Now, I've owned a few of Bachmann's items before, but Bachmann Oliver is my first official engine character that I own. And sadly, my only official engine character. Now, I do have plans to get Bachmann Toad to go with Oliver, but in terms of spending thousands of dollars on this range, I honestly don't know how much more Bachmann stuff I'll honestly buy. I have plans to buy accessory, figures, buildings, and whatnot, but when it comes to engine and rolling stock, I'm not 100% sure. But hey, I'm really happy to have this model, as despite it being based off the CGI series, it looks really good. I'm also trying to start an Oliver collection, so Bachmann Oliver was going to be on my list no matter what. I do have plans to free him from his box one day, but that depends on if I decide to set up a little layout, and then again, it all depends on if I buy more Bachmann engines and rolling stock, like I said. So that will definitely be on the back burner for the future. The final 3 items are so big that they won't fit on the little turntable. Also, I'm going to use pre-record footage so I don't have to spend an ample amount of time getting them out of their spots. As you know, they're just kind of stored up at the moment. But here we have the Sawmill and Dumping Depot, the Wooden Railway Roundhouse, and Bachmann's Tidmouth Sheds. Now, the Sawmill and Dumping Depot, like my Wooden Railway Ada, Jane, and Mabel, is used in box. But the fact that I have the box with it at all is quite amazing. If you guys remember, I actually got it from Little Engine on Twitter, so a huge thanks to him for this. One of the destinations I've always wanted. As for the Roundhouse, I got that once again from Andrew. Sadly, the box isn't in the best shape, but at least I have the box to store it in at all. And Bachmann's Tidmouth Sheds? Well, that was definitely an impulse buy, as I've always wanted this shed for a long time. Since I had enough money to buy it, I did. And I still don't regret a single thing. Gives me hope that I can get my hands on the Bachmann Knapford Station in the future, But then again, we'll have to wait and see. And with that, guys, that's basically everything in my new in-box collection, or used in-box, I should say. Now, of course, I've gotten several other items new in-box in the past, such as my 2012 Peter Sam and 2015 Coldy, Ertl Slate trucks, which I later customized, and also Bell that I got back in 2023 for crying out loud. But those were obviously taken out of the box for a purpose and to be used in my videos. As for all this stuff, it's definitely all a novelty. And when I get my own place, I'm definitely going to display these items a bit more. And of course, I do have plans to buy other items that I just kind of plan to keep new in box. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. Once again, I want to shout out Ryan Rocketz and LNERFlyingScotsman for inspiring me with this video. And also, a huge shout out to the people who helped me acquire some of this stuff in the first place. So, without further ado, Useful Engine 11 signing out. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.